Hello everyone, welcome to another wonderful night of NXR. We are here for round 8 of Season 4, here in Tier 2. From Mexico, I am one of your usual voices you'll hear tonight, being Gale Force, and alongside me is, as always, good old Milkman.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is your usually voice Milkman. How are you guys doing, and how are you going? How are you doing, my lovely Gale Force?
Not too bad. Had a decent day.
That's great to hear.
We're just getting everyone on the way. We've had some last minute changes that had to be made with some reserves. So we're now getting going. Just a little 5 minutes late, but we should be good. Obviously we're missing one driver, that's the normal Ryan. He'll be joining late in quali.
Like always.
Yep. Nothing unusual there. And I guess we should start with the big news that came out overnight. The current Tier 2 championship leader is no longer in Tier 2. After last night's race in Mexico, Lion has been promoted to Tier 1. I don't know who's full-time going to be taking that seat. I don't know if that's been decided yet, properly. I know that there's options that are being bounced around. But... Go on.
There are rumors that it might be Killswitch.
Ooh.
Who was also reserving today, I believe, in the AlphaTauri seat, replacing Rio Fenton. But what do you think of Lion moving to Tier 1? After some Tier 1 races left the league.
I am sad, because that's less points for me. But, obviously, him being gone, he does still have a 55-point lead in the championship, going into these last 4 races.
Let's just say,
However,
let's just first say that his points are going to stay, regardless if he left or not.
Well, he has that 55-point lead over Night Owl, but him being gone now opens up a decent potential battle for the Drivers' Championship, obviously with Night Owl in second place. Then 19 points behind Night Owl is Halsey. And then another 4 points back is Ulfdal, giving us a decent top 3 battle, with the ability to gain 7 points per race, depending on how well your rivals do, even if they finish second. Really shakes up the standings at the top, and opens up a much more entertaining fight.
Definitely, my clear favorite for the Tier 2 title now is Night Owl. However, he doesn't make himself easy today because he decided to take his his engine penalty, which means that he will start from the back of the grid.
Yep. It's 3 drivers taking their penalties tonight. Night Owl obviously being one of them in the McLaren. The other 2 are That Boy SJ in the Alpine and NXR Minoy in the Haas. So with those 2 taking their penalties, as we actually are currently watching Minoy, also Luke Watkins with a, if my brain works, with a grid penalty, well, a quali ban due to an incident from Suzuka. Unless Ryan gets here in time, no one will be knocked out based on lap time in this session. Oh yeah, why am I following Minoy? He's just gone back into the pits. Yeah, because he's got a grid penalty. Or he's taking his
we are
engine
so
penalty,
used to
so
that
I was
Minoy
following.
gets out first anyway that we are following him regardless. But the first person who's on a lap is Ulfdog, which is actually a very fast person, so he will probably set a benchmark if he did not invalidate it. Thank you, Ulfdog, for ruining it.
Next up is the reserve. Well, one of the reserves tonight. Jen Fisto hopping into the Mercedes. He's taking over Lion's seat for the night. I don't know if he's obviously someone potentially, I guess, could be in with a shout at taking this seat permanently, and a good result tonight would definitely help his case. As Ryan has actually joined, so one person will be eliminated in Q1 based on time right now.
So the people who are being smart to go on the inters or the fluids to set a lap, better go back in the garage and grab some flicks.
We've got Wheeler in the chat asking what Luke did. Normally a quali ban is the result of an incident in qualifying, so it could be I believe it's something along the lines of he blocked a driver on their flying lap in quali at Suzuka.
General Visso's time is 66. I think that can definitely be improved, but that is the benchmark. Well, Callum 11 set at 59. Improving by 7 tenths of General Visto. Well, Kill Switch sets at 72. Genio also set at 69. And next up is Ferrari.
Someone that we didn't mention when talking about the change in the championship is Callum 11. He would be currently 5th in points, but with Line gone, that could become a net 4th place at the worst. So he is actually a little bit of an outside shot, but he does have mathematically still a chance to play into this, as do a couple others below, but realistically I think that ship has sailed for most drivers.
Just to be clear, Shipman doesn't have an engine penalty, right?
Correct.
Okay, cool. Because he just set a time on Inters and I got scared a bit.
He probably thought that, well, he probably went out on those Inters before Ryan joined.
Well, maybe he's counting that someone will crash out without even setting a lap first.
Ooh, that's an Alfa Romeo with no front wing on a set of Inters. So J-Wall has gone for an interesting strategy and made a bit of a mess of it. Wolfdog jumps to the top of the times, 4 attempts faster than anyone else. Lion is here in a very different position to normal. He's in the chat. Hello, Lion.
Hello, Lion. How are you? I mean, the second person that I want to talk about actually is Nightal. Of course, we saw yesterday that he got his first ever win in NXR in Suzuka. After an insane ending where Lion, with all the respect of course, I love you Lion, loses his end plate after a weird mistake from him. How do you think the chances of getting the championship from Lion?
I think Lion currently obviously has a great shot. He's going to probably want to pick up a win or two to solidify it. Oh, Hegino's crashed. That's both Hasses. As long as everyone else sets a time, that is both Hasses eliminated in Q1.
You know,
and that will be everyone sorted. Actually,
this game has sometimes a weird glitch that even though you're crashed out, that you're behind someone because you have a burst time. In this case, that is not the case because J-Roll, Scatter Girl, Shaman, and General Jake, also Kill Switch, has a way worse time than Eugenio, but they are still in front of Eugenio.
Well, yeah, that's because, okay, I see a lot of people misunderstanding how this works in Discord as well. So I think it's time, since there's not much that's going to be actually on the line right now in qualifying, to give a little lesson in how this works.
Oh, I love some lesson from Guildforce. Go on, my teacher.
When a driver crashes out, regardless of what time they set, the best position they can finish is, in the case of Higino right now, 15th. They cannot start any higher unless more people crash below, and they can't start any lower unless their time is beaten. So in the situation of Higino right now, he is set as 15th place. People ahead of him haven't set times, people below him haven't set times, but he is just set as 15th. As more people will set times, the drivers with the slowest time, so in this case right now the Aston Martins and J-Wall, will begin getting shuffled down. And then if their time is slower than Higino's, and they would get pushed down out of 14th, they will just drop below Higino.
Oh.
So if their time is slower than everyone, well, okay. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this. If we say that J-Wall is sat in 14th with the same time he has right now, and Ryan sets a time that is quicker than J-Wall, J-Wall would drop to 16th, and Ryan would move up, but Higino would stay 15th until he is slower on time than all of the people that are currently through to the session.
So that basically means that Killswitch, General Jake, who spins on the inters, by the way. I just switched to his camera. Shamin, Scarlet Girdle, and J-Roll need to set a better time than a 69 to go through. If the 69 is the benchmark for knockout.
Yeah, that would actually be it, yeah. Because at the moment, Higino is currently 15th. 4 drivers will not be setting a time due to various penalties. So there is one spot that will be eliminated. As long as he is still faster than one person, he gets to start 15th.
Well, maybe all the drivers can just make some agreements with each other, just set a lap faster than a Genius and be done with it.
Well, the interesting thing is, you have this pack of people. General Jake, Motorcycle, Shaman, Hurdle, J-Wall, and J-Wall, who have all got times slower than Higino. Their times are obviously set on less than ideal tyres, I'm assuming intermediates for all of them. But then you still have Callum and Killswitch, whose actual lap time is still slower than that Haas. So if they're not careful, if all the drivers below them improve onto a better lap, even if it's not better than Higino's, if it's better than the 17.2 of Killswitch, he's out. Oh, hello, Night Owl. Night Owl's hopped into the chat while he's waiting for qualifying to be over.
Well, since Night Owl is in the chat, I want to ask him something. Do you think now that Lion is gone that you are the #1 title contender?
Given the way Lion talks about himself in our team chat, I'm gonna guess his answer is no. Oh, he says yes if I don't Spinala. Oh, he's surprising me. The boy's got confidence.
Finally!
Glad to see it. Glad to see the confidence. TX Phillip jumps up to P6 on a 16.9. We're also being joined by Luke Watkins in the Twitch chat. Ryan has invalidated his lap. Vibe Hazard on an outlap on intermediates.
I mean, it's interesting, but if Ryan improves and he sets the worst intermediate time, then he's out.
I don't know if this is a smart move by Hazard.
I have a small feeling that everyone who set a lap on inters or full wets needs to go out again.
100%. If they don't go out again, they very much risk losing out on the positions here.
Because at the moment, Ryan is the one who's getting knocked out.
Yeah. Ryan is having to start another lap because he has invalidated. Well, he invalidated his previous one, so he's having to go again. J-Wall coming through now on a set of dry tyres. So this 202 is about to get demolished as he comes through with a 1:16.7, so he is guaranteed safe.
For now.
Well, no, anyone better than a 16.9 cannot be knocked out.
Oh yeah, that's
Because
true.
if everyone goes quicker than a 16.9, Higino is 16th.
That is true. Yeah.
So J-War has secured himself a spot in Q2. General Jake has disconnected.
Oh boy, let me go get him.
Ryan has invalidated again!
Ryan is not liking Mexico at the moment.
No. Oh, both AlphaTauris out on the circuit at the moment. I think we might see a little tow here from Ulfdog. He's just ahead of Killswitch. Never mind. Ulfdog into the pits. Killswitch had invalidated his lap, so he's having to go again as well. The Aston Martin's heading out onto the circuit. Motorcycle heading out as well. McMartin's all in a big old group.
To remember, Killswitch just needs to improve more than 3 times and he's safe.
Ryan back into the pits. He's having to replace his, well, either refuel or change his tyres after making a fair few invalidations. Vibe has also back into the pits, I can only assume for a set of dries.
The 2 drivers who, by the way, are in the chat right now. Can you tell us what the weather will be?
Somebody mentioned 14% chance of rain in quali. I don't know about the race. We're being asked for our predictions for the race. Who do we think will win?
I have to go with Halsey, P1. P2, I think. I go for a surprise. There. I think P2, General Jake. And I think Naito can fight himself through P3.
Killswitch confirms his spot into Q2 with that 1:16.6. I think... I'm gonna say... my top 3 is gonna be... Callum 11... Philip, and then Ulfdog.
So you say Callum 11 will win the race?
I think he has a very good chance.
Interesting. I thought that was being bold, but you were extremely bold.
I think Callum is a driver who has very good overall pace. He makes mistakes, and it's cost him in the past. He's also gotten caught in other people's mistakes.
Well, Killswitch invalidated his lap, so that's good. But
Killswitch had already set his time.
Yeah,
he's safe. Motorcycle comes out of the final couple corners now. It might not be safe enough. It's a 17.6. He's not bottom, but it's not guaranteed.
He needs to improve 7 tenths.
Zadok Hurdle has invalidated. He's going to have to go for another. Although he seems to be low on ERS. That light is flashing away. Let's go to... who's on a lap? Shaman is on a lap.
I was on board with Shaman already, and he seems really loose with the rear.
He does not like the S section here. He struggles with that.
I mean, it's basically like Megas and Megas.
Oh, Jake is gone again. That's probably game over for Jake. Oh, it wasn't letting him take control. Oh god.
Oh wait, is General Jake back?
He was, but he's had to leave again because it wasn't letting him take control. Shaman puts in an 18.4. That's good enough for him, especially with the issues that Jake is suffering. Sadek Hurdle.
That makes my prediction a bit different than if General Jake cannot go through in Q2. Then I think I go for P2 Nightal and P3. I go with Philip indeed, P3.
17.1 for Hurdle, that's good enough for him. Ryan has set a time. He's gone P2 actually.
That's a pretty fast time.
Now we're waiting for Vipazza, who's invalidated again. He just needs to be a 129.2. He just needs to put in one lap.
He can
Yellow flags and-
he can make his lap even without the OS and be safe.
He just needs to be smooth and careful. He doesn't need to set a good time here. He just needs I was gonna say a decent time. He doesn't even need a decent time. He just needs a not invalid time, and he's doing it so far, somehow, because he went very wide out of that first chicane. Luke Watkins is asking where we think he'll finish, starting 18th. Let's go. I think 7th, at least.
I say if everything goes right, you can end up in the top 5, Luke.
Go Vibe has a smooth through the S's. Final couple corners now. Into the stadium. Taking a lot of curb. He's still risking it.
I think it's pretty safe because he didn't went that smooth to the S's. I mean, if you mean with smooth as an rusted bone saw, then yeah, that's smooth. And generally,
He was smooth enough. He was smooth in the sense that he didn't go off track.
I mean, it's so unfortunate for General Jake that he couldn't set a lap due to technical difficulties. So that's... I think that's a surprise exit. General Jake being there in P16.
Oh, very much.
I think General Jake and some people who started with the Inters were counting a bit too much that Ryan wouldn't make the session in time.
Yeah, it's not an ideal move. Like, obviously in the moment I can see the reason for the choice, but yeah, it did not pay off in any way.
I mean, with General Jake, I think he rather has one set of not so fresh soft tires than and being up there with the best of the tier 2 guys.
Well, here we go. So your eliminated drivers: Night Owl, SJ, Luke Watkins and Manoy all eliminated via penalties. General Jake out on time due to technical difficulties. I believe his exhaust exploded. And Higino out in 15th due to a crash where his car exploded.
There, I hope not that the car's exploded, else it's a Roman Grosjean situation.
It's fine. Safety in esports is immaculate. We've not had a single injury.
Oh man, like when the esports can even handle the safety regulations better than in real life Formula 1.
To be fair, unless you're on a direct drive wheel and things get crazy, it's pretty hard to injure yourself on in esports.
Well, maybe you get a little bit of cramp in your calves when you are on a wheel, but for the rest, it's pretty much impossible. Well, we don't know what we are waiting for, by the way. I don't know what we are waiting for.
Hopefully it's neither of us. Higino is asking where you think he will finish.
In the mud.
In the mud. Wow. Oh, we're waiting for Luke Watkins, apparently.
Luke Watkins, if you're ready up, mate.
Boy! None of this Ferrari master plan. You can't hold us up forever.
Man, Ferrari really wants to do everything to win, it seems.
Bad news. Higino has lost his respect for you because of that now.
Well, I mean, I will cry about it in the corner with my fish sticks.
Fish sticks? Why do you have fish sticks?
I just had it as my dinner because I forgot to put my food out of the fridge.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
There were some tasty fish sticks.
I'm not a big fan of fish, if I'm honest.
Neither do I. I mean, I only like fish sticks and another fish that's called kibbeling. Probably pronounced way different in the UK.
Probably.
But that's basically it. And maybe shrimps, but that's it. Otherwise, talking about meat, I'm the more kind of barbecue type of guy.
So I'm just watching the tier 2 chat, trying to find out what's going on.
I really do not want to restart this session and make it into a short qualifying.
We won't have to. It's a case of either Luke Watkins is AFK or we'll have to do a thing where one of us leaves, see if it fixes it.
Then I'm going to leave and
Okay.
rejoin.
Oh, he's AFK. God damn it, Luke.
Luke!
Boy!
Because of that, I'm going to say that you will be in the mud as well today. And I mean,
Okay, let's
you
give
know
him a
how
few minutes before we try.
and you know, Luke, you know how accurate I am with my predictions because I predicted that Lion will crash out in lap 1 in Imola, and he did, together with Rio Phantom.
You also predicted that he would bin it at Suzuka, so... I mean, you have good predictions, but I worry that they're only good in respect to Lion. In which case, could you just keep predicting that he's going to crash in Tier 1, save me the embarrassment of not being in the top 20?
You know, I'm gonna predict you that you will, the remainder of the season, that you will reach Q2 at least 3 times.
That's impressive, because there's only 3 qualifying sessions where that can happen.
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have a backup run the last 4 races in the season, Gilfus.
I don't know how I'm going to get Q2 at Brazil, but, you know, we'll see about it.
I mean, then you will, can you send me an invite because you decided to go offline?
I'm offline.
According to me. I see on your name last seen 8 minutes ago.
Oh, I see that too, even though I'm set to appear online. Okay,
Then I'm gonna join off from someone else in tier 2. Then I'm gonna join off Shaman.
yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Xbox being a very functional platform.
I mean, most of the times, it definitely has way less issues than Cody's itself. Did we load in or we're still waiting?
They're saying loading in now. But yeah, I'm not. Ryan says he isn't. Helsey isn't.
Then maybe it
Alright,
restart after all, properly.
I'm gonna hold on. Let me leave and join back, and we'll see.
You gotta love it when Cody's is not working properly. Did someone, by the way, mention the weather for the race?
Apparently dry.
Oh, so if there's a possible restart, then there's no issues with the weather.
EA Sports.
Ah, it worked.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if the stream is still up, by the way.
Yeah, they should still be able to hear us.
Okay. Well, the timer is going now, and people can leave the garage for Q2. Do you think there will be any punches on the mediums going through in the top 10? I know the gap of 1 lap pace between the 2 tires are pretty big. But
I think it's possible to see Ryan or Wolfdog come through, maybe a Callum, or even a Helsey.
I think so. But then the question is, because this is a two-stop race, will that be the most smartest thing to do?
Personally, I think so. Yeah.
Because I think how my manager said, but I had a quality ban because a certain team principal from Ferrari decided to snitch on me. Cough, cough.
I mean, to be fair, you did block him, man.
I did. It was my fault. I mean, I know. Let's make that clear. It was my fault. But I was happy that Kimi wasn't sending in, and well, alright, that's it. Either way, I was not getting back to the grid. I was thinking if more people were choosing for the mediums, then I picked the soft tires, so I can really attack them. And also in my second stint, I have some clean air because I'm pitting earlier than that. So that was my mindset about it.
For me, it was a case of later, like the later I put on those softs, the faster my car is when I have them, meaning I can make more out of the soft tires. Plus, a lighter car, a little bit less tire wear because the car's lighter. So then, you know, again, the tires are preserved that little bit extra time, and giving you again that little bit more out of the softs.
Definitely, because with the first safety car, I believe, came out in the one, I paid the first for mediums, and then I decided one lap later to pit for soft because I was like at the back of the grid already. So a few places, lose a few places more. I mean, it wouldn't hurt me anymore. So I thought let's do it. And when the second safety car came out, I stayed out. I went from P13 to P3 because I stayed out and everyone else in front of me pitted.
I was debating doing that.
And then,
I didn't in the end and ended up 12th, but
I ended up 6th, but there wasn't a possibility that I could get an tire because after the safety car restart, the second one, I jumped everyone and took the lead.
Jesus, everyone's invalidating. Hazard invalidated, Halsey invalidated, J-Wall invalidated. Who's the next one? Is that the Red Bulls? Is that Callum? It's Callum. Callum will be the first person. Callum 28 will be the first person to set a time as long as he doesn't do what Halsey did. And he doesn't. So he will set the benchmark on the medium tyres. It's a 1:18.4 from Callum.
But the mediums, Gilser says it 18.2, while Ryan did this in 1:37, but I guess he backed off and go again for another lap.
Also want to point out Killswitch with the 18.2, it shows him on softs.
It shows me on softs as well on the car.
Okay. Sadek Hurdle with a 17.8. P1 Vibe Hazard crashes out.
Well, Vibe Hazard is in the butt.
So that's Harry gone. Meaning we have now 3 drivers that will be eliminated in this session. Got a good mix of softs and mediums on track at the moment. Most of the people you'd expect to get through on time from Q1 are on the mediums, while the ones you would expect to maybe have to fight a bit more, the likes of Shaman, maybe putting the softs.
Ryan is just entering the hairpin in the stadium section, finishing his lap. It seems like it's really good. And Ryan indeed set the fastest medium time at the moment. It's not P1 at the moment because that is General Visto, his teammate for today, with his 16.2 mediums. Well, we lost contact with Guildforce for a little while. Shaman sets in 17.6. And then Hannes de Koon, who backed out obviously, sets a 2-minute 1. But he's entering the finish line very quickly. Last corner, what time is that? And it's at 70 flat. This makes him P4 of the medium winners. Well, the Philip has a spun in the S's. He's not out. So,
I think something that's interesting is the fact that the mediums to softs are supposedly 1.1 seconds, and Callum 11, Ryan R, Halsey, and Honest Raccoon are all within that window to Gen Fisto, and they're on the mediums.
well, I think, like, with all due respect, one lap base wise, I think the gap with the two drivers are not that similar. Like, there's some huge difference between the drivers. And like Tier 1 in NXR, it's very likely for the best drivers in Tier 2 they can go through on the mediums.
Motorcycle goes to the bottom of the times at the moment, only an 18.4 on those medium tyres.
And they are 3 laps out already. So I doubt he will
Definitely
be.
start on those.
I doubt he will be improving unless he makes a way better lap.
Cam 28 also done 3 laps on his tyres. Halsey's done 3 as well. That's a lot of laps being done on the single set of medium tyres in this session. Halsey's actually going for another, nearly loses the back end through the final turn, improves by 2/10, just off the back of Ryan R, but I don't know if that's worth it.
I think they will, because of course, like you said, the car at the end of the races will be lighter, so a little bit less tire wear.
Oh, we just lost Motorcycle.
And the softs, the durability wise, they can go like maybe 14-15 laps. They will probably go off at like around lap 9-10 performance wise, but they can definitely go to the finish if you do 2-stop, which I expect everyone will do.
This seems surprising because Halsey has gone 4 laps on that set of mediums, which just feels like a lot of laps to do in qualifying, especially when you're in 4th place. Like, I don't know what more he feels he has to gain on those and how much it's going to be worth.
I mean, to be honest, I don't believe what his mindset is either. Well, Shaming retired. Did he retire on track? No, he retired in pits. So Shaming thinks he is safe, which I think that's questionable, because he's P8 with a 76, that's not a good time.
J-Wall goes fastest with a 16.1 on those soft tyres.
J-Will prefers to start on the softs and the mediums, which I, to be honest, think starting on the soft or the mediums in a 2-stop race doesn't really make that much of the difference, to be honest. It
That's
is,
what you said, time on actually right now. We just moved up.
I believe that was Callum 11 with a 16.3.
So, no, Callum was already second.
Oh,
Wolfdog, though, 16.3 on the mediums.
I mean, I think he's pretty much through, or Ben.
That's a scary time. We go to Sadek Hurdle, currently in the drop zone, P12 on a 17.8, although he has now put on a set of soft tyres, so he should gain a fair bit here. We could be looking at maybe a 16.7.
He's
In an
improving
ideal
5
world.
tenths.
That's not enough. That's not an ideal world at all.
That is a
But
very
it'll be
poor
enough to get him
world.
through.
Well, maybe he had a very poor sector 3, so maybe he can gain massive time around there.
He should go faster than his teammate though as he crosses the line. He actually lost a 10th in that final sector. Still goes P9 with a 17.4, but that is not a great lap from Hurdle.
I think if he doesn't improve fast, that people like TX Philip, maybe Motorcycle, will knock him out.
Have you noticed the clouds rolling in?
I do. It is not that sunny and bright anymore. Do we get a possible Okay, we get a possible
Callum
8.
28 just...
Yeah.
How did he not invalidate his next lap along with it? Huh. Sorry, that was just weird. Callum invalidated on the last corner, but it didn't invalidate his next lap.
I think that is maybe not a thing in Mexico. I don't know how it works. Probably because the game then thinks you will gain an advantage for the next lap as well. That's why it invalidates for the next lap. But maybe in Mexico it's not the case.
Maybe. Jen Fisto and Jay Wall retiring. They have done enough.
I tend to agree with them.
There are only 2 spots left in the drop zone. Shaman has been moved down into P11, so he will be done no matter what, as he is retired from the session. Same for Vibe Hazard, currently in 14th. Callum 28 on the soft tyres.
It's
2
just
tenths
that
quicker at the moment.
I don't think it will be
It
enough.
will be enough to jump Philip, maybe?
Maybe, yeah, but I don't think it will be enough at the end of the session. I'm afraid.
He's going to hope for a better final sector. He improves. There you go. That's 6 tenths. That's still only P9, but that does put him to a 17.1.
He improved 4 tenths in sector 3, so that means he had a very poor sector 3 compared to this lap.
Is Motorcycle back in the lobby?
Oh, did Motorcycle leave?
He disconnected, yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice that. My apologies. I send him an invite now. So, penalty-wise, since dry race, do you think it will be a time penalty galore, or what happened?
It started raining.
Will it be?
Sciatic Huddle's gone out.
Oh.
He's gone out on soft tyres. He was concerned about Philip maybe going out and knocking him out of the session. But the rain has come.
I'm more concerned that Philip will not be able to improve his time.
Philip hasn't even gone out. Philip hasn't left the pits.
Do you think Philip is satisfied with P11?
I mean, P11, he gets to start on the strategy he wanted.
I mean, in near fresh tires, assuming you only used 1 set of mediums, this could possibly mean we have a wet qualification for Q3.
General Jake's internet in the mud tonight.
Oh, fuck's
So
sake.
he disconnects again.
I'm going to get him again. General Jake, you are a beast of work sometimes, mate.
I mean, I think it's his internet more than him at the moment.
I know.
So Sciatic Huddle can just pull into the pits because Philip has not come out. He's not going to go any faster. Motorcycle is not going to go any faster. And there you go. The Aston Martin pulls back in. That's it done. TX Philip, Shaman, Motorcycle and Vibe Hazard out. You too.
I would like to know why Shaman decided to retire so early. Because it was a bit odd, I think. I think he can definitely improve like 2 times, which means that he was through to Q10, Q3. And now to assume it will be inter tires for Q3. Who do you think who can benefit for this situation the most? Lovely answer, Gilforce.
Sorry, there was things happening. I was distracted. Sorry.
No worries. I was
What just happened?
I don't know if you got my question, but I basically ask you, who do you think if we are going to end this, who will benefit this situation the most? Who do you think has the best skills in the Reds?
I'm gonna say, given the fact that everyone's gonna be on a dry setup, I think it's gonna come down to the drivers who are normally smoother consistent and have that raw pace, and will be able to manage a slidey car. I need to double check who's actually in this session before I say someone that's got knocked out. I'm gonna say Halsey. He had good pace in Hungary. I think he has a good shot in Q3 here on the Inters.
I think so too. One driver would also stick out, and this definitely looks too red for the twice. Yes, everyone has selected the Inters. I think the second driver I think can do well as well is Oofdog. We saw his first ever race in NXR when he drove in the Mercedes as a reserve driver. When the Inters came, he was lightning fast. He was the fastest driver of the field, even faster than the two favorites for the champion, Lion.
Everyone rushing out onto the circuit right now. Callum 11, the first person on track. Is there a risk that the rain is going to get heavier and take things to full wet conditions before this qualifying is over? Luke Watkins asking, what about him? You're not in Q3, Luke, so... I don't know if you've forgotten, you took a quality back.
I mean, he decided to get in so much way in Suzuka, so, I mean...
When we're predicting who's going to be on top in Q3, you kind of need to be in Q3 for that prediction.
Definitely, that is like one of the requirements.
Isn't it a wet race? No, from what everyone's been saying, it's a dry race. It's just wet for Q3.
To be honest, I want to follow Rooftop.
Fair. I'm gonna stay on board with Callum, as he will be the first person to set the time. We know Callum has good pace here as well. He was fairly close in the first couple of sessions. Looks very tidy for the first couple corners. Into turn... where is that? Numbers 4 and 5. 6 and 7, again very tidy, smooth on the power on the exit. Ali saying he didn't realize it could rain in Mexico. Well, to be fair, Ali, the television lied to us a lot about Mexico. We don't have a yellow filter over everything.
I mean, Mexico is not like Bahrain or Jeddah, Abu Dhabi, where the rain there is basically a sandstorm.
Callum very smooth through the stadium section. Looking good for his first time lap. It's going to come through at a 1:25.9.
I feel like that's a
See
very
what comes
good
up
lap.
behind. Wolfdog, the next person across the line. A little slide through the final turn, but it's looking good. It's also a 25.9.
Just 3,000 faster. Oh, Elsie.
Halsey to P1. Sadek Hurdle jumps up to P4. Callum with a 27.6, currently 5th. Killswitch dived into the pit lane. One of the Mercedes coming through now. It's Jen Fisto jumping through to 20 with a 28.4, puts in P6.
Jay will build the next one. Who crosses the line?
Yep.
It's 27.6.
27.2.
Oh,
You were looking at Callum's time.
probably. I would fail to speak. Got it.
Joe up to P5. Ryan invalidated, as did Honest Raccoon, so they're going again. Jen Fisto going very slowly. Oh, we've got J-Wall around on the exit of turn 3.
That's not ideal for him. Well, Honda Shogun has the purple sector 1. And
Wolfdog invalidates as he goes into the stadium.
I think U3 is going to get spicy here because I think the rain just stopped.
Yeah, the rain is much slower.
Much.
It's a 27-2 out of Callum 28. The rain does seem to have stopped. The track could be drying before this session is over.
I think it will be damp conditions for the last lap. And on the Shogun, it's P2 with the 25.9 as well. Just 4 thousandths faster than Hoofdog. Well, Hildo is round.
Goes around. Ice Raccoon has put in a blinder there. Ryan gets his first lap in. It is a... Oh no, I thought for a moment I thought that was identical to J-Wolves. It's not quite, as he puts himself into 7th place. Killswitch has come out on inters, but I don't know if it's a bit too late for those. Halsey's in the pits, as is Jen Fisto. They're both waiting to see what happens.
Well, J-Will goes round in turn 3 again, or turn 2. J-Will definitely not liking these wet conditions. But I think people will... I see some dry patches here and there, so I think people will go on the soft for that last lap. I know the people out of the track will probably be spamming Jeff if the track is dry enough for 6.
You're gonna have to wait and see. Although, Halsey's come back out on it. Wow.
Well, Ryan has a purple sector 2, entering the stadium right now, so he will be finishing his lap very soon. And it's pole
It's a
position.
25-3.
It's pole position right now, but I can already see that Hoofdog's lighted the soft tires, so I think it will be dry enough for the 6.
The track is just getting quicker at the moment. If it gets too dry, it's going to burn up these intermediates, and they're going to lose all pace. But for the time being, they're okay. Killswitch very sideways through the S's, manages to save it.
Well, Callum 28 has a purple sector 2 now, which is very surprising. Well, Callum set a provisional pole time.
Seems like the car's sliding under him a little bit there. It's not going to be pole, it's a 26.5. He jumps ahead of Sciatic Hurdle.
He had a very poor exit at the last corner. Hoofdog is out on soft, so he is risking it.
Killswitch will set a time, but it's not going to be a good one.
What do you think, Killboards? Now Hoofdog is out on softs. Will the track dry enough in time for the slicks? Or will Ryan take it, I believe, his first ever pole position?
I think Wolfdog may have played this right, although other people are coming out still on inters.
But like, it looks like, oh, I don't know. It looks like there's no grips on the soft tires yet.
The track hasn't dried enough. I guess, yeah, looking at the track, it's still pretty damp.
Hoofdog is taking it pretty easy. It's gonna be close.
He's taking his time. If he waits, the track may dry a little more before he starts his lap, which is going to be what he needs. I'm just trying to see who's on a lap. Jen Fisto coming through the final, well, into the final sector now. his lap time 2.7 seconds down. He's not going any better. Killswitch jumps up to P9 with 27.4. More drivers coming out of the pits. I'm gonna go with. It is not dry. It is not dry enough. Wolfdog having to be so slow on that outlap.
I think he's doing a second outlap.
He does have 2 minutes, so he's just taking his time, saving fuel to make sure he has enough.
Or you could just choose to bring some extra fuel with it. The car still
He's
seems
just
to
having a
sliding
look at the
around a
track.
bit, so it doesn't look good for Wolfdog yet.
Callum 11 steals P2 at the moment with a 25.5. He might have time. He has time for one more lap if he can get it done. So he's not finished yet. Callum 28 taking the risk. He's coming out on softs as well.
And Halsey as
The
well.
final sector. Oh, and Halsey. Wow. Yeah, people taking the risk.
That's the Wolfdog and be like, if it's just dry enough, this will be the advantage I need to take pole position. And I have to say, Wolfdog looks better right now, but like still not convinced. I'm still not convinced that the soft tires will do the job at this moment. And maybe during this lap, it could work out in Wolfdog's favor.
Sadek Hurdle has jumped up to P6 with a 26.2. I'm going to go on board with Wolfdog. Jen Fisto up to P7 with a 26.5. The track is getting quicker all the time. This is it. All or nothing now for the AlphaTauri.
It still doesn't look good. It feels like he's sliding. Oh!
It is definitely not enough. No. Completely losing the back end there.
Unless the
Speaking of losing the back end, I just switched to Jen Fisto and he nearly binned it as well. Bypass is disconnected again, as is tradition.
I just wanted to watch Wolfdog's lap without anyone disconnecting.
You're not missing much, I'll be perfectly honest with you here.
Bypass that you said disconnected, right?
Yep.
Oh, no. Vibasa, ignore the party invite. Please.
Sadek Hurdle nearly binning out of the final turn. He's done for the session. Who's going to be next across the line? It's going to be Killswitch. Can he improve from anywhere? Across the line, 27.4. It's not enough to gain any positions. J-Wall through the final turn. He was 2 tenths up in the middle sector. Did he continue that? He did with a 26.8, but that's still not enough.
And
Honest Raccoon jumps up to P3. Honest Raccoon up to a 25.6. I'll be honest, I don't think it mattered that he invalidated. It's not there. The grip is
he
not
was 4
there.
seconds behind. So that means
Well,
we have a surprise pole position with Ryan.
I'll say this. In previous seasons, under a former name of Rydell, Ryan R has shown very good qualifying pace. He struggled with races when it was getting caught in other people's incidents, things like that. But he does have strong qualifying pace, and it's good to see that he's still able to show that now.
I mean, did he get pole position before in an official NXR race?
I don't know. I don't know if he's gotten pole before. Also, Callum, I'll be perfectly honest. Even if you started that lap, it wouldn't have done much. The track was not ready for softs.
No. And to be honest, I thought it was finally done seeing Mercedes at pole position, but I guess Ryan R had to ruin that and be on pole position. Well done, Ryan R, for ruining my dreams of seeing another car in front.
Mercedes rolling in like Thanos. They are inevitable. Pole position to the Mercedes once more.
And then,
God damn it.
and then less surprising, Callum left P2 and Anders Raccoon P3. LCP 4, I think he's a bit disappointed with that. And Overdog, he took the risk and did pay out. I believe he's P5.
I believe so. Alright, we are in. We're gonna set the ready up time at... oh god damn it, I always do this wrong when I'm trying to tag tier 2. There we go. Let's say 21:38.
Chat!
That's not a 2.
Chat, please let us know
Fine.
what your guys' top 3 prediction will be. Who will be on the podium? You're sticking with your prediction, Guildforce, after seeing this qualification?
I think so. I think Callum 11. I still have a lot of faith in him and his pace. Who else was my prediction?
Dex Phillip, and I believe it
TXL?
was...
I think Philip starting 11th with free choice of strategy is a very strong position for him to be in. And was Halsey who I put 3rd?
I think so, yeah.
It feels like someone I'd predict.
Well,
yeah,
Prince-
I think I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, Prince Ali set a very unrealistic prediction with Shaman on P1, P2 and P3.
I mean, you know what? Ali, I'm gonna make a deal with you right now. This is a deal that will be set in stone and will be fulfilled if the requirements are met. If Shaman is the only driver to finish tonight, we will give him all of the points for the top 10.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that if every other driver crashes out and only Shaman finishes, he gets the points for 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
I mean, I feel like Shaman will probably be one of the first people who crashes out today. But hey, I mean...
Hey! Alright, listen here. Alright? Here at Aston Martin we have 2 pairs of teams. Each has 1 good driver and 1 pleb. We plebs stick together. I'm backing my boy Shaman. I think he can do it.
I think Shaman today will be in the mud.
You think half the grid's gonna be in the mud today?
I mean, Shaman thought that I was being in the mud yesterday, and I surprised everyone.
Yeah, fair.
So,
You know where you were in the mud?
yeah, but I used my blades to get out of the mud.
You were in the mud in Portugal.
Yeah, I was in the mud in Portugal, like literally. I was also in the mud at Imola. And Bahrain.
Alright, there we go. Drivers beginning to ready up as we have hit the time. If all 20 drivers, Bradders, if all 20 drivers DNF... Ooh. That's a good question, Bradders. What if all 20 drivers DNF?
Then the owners has to do a special charity stream.
If we get all 20, I will shave my head on camera.
To be honest, I will join you. I will shave my head on camera as well.
I got decently long hair right now.
I need to go to the hairdresser anyway, so I guess going bald doesn't matter anymore.
Kill switch disqualified on the formation lap. That's a solid start for the lads. What we should do, while I do a quick rundown of the grid, we will look at the tyres. So, on pole position we have Ryan R, followed by Callum 11, Honest Raccoon, Halsey and Ulfdog, the top 5, all starting on mediums. Sadik Huddle, Jen Fisto, Callum 28, J-Wall and Killswitch round out the top 10 all on softs, so an even split in the top 10. Philip and Shaman starting 11th and 12th on the medium tyres, Motorpsycho, Vibe Hazard and Higino in 13th, 14th and 15th all starting on softs. General Jake on the mediums in P16, Minoy and Luke Watkins taking the softs, and then on the back row we have SJ and Night Owl both starting on the mediums.
Well, we'll probably know that Killswitch will probably have a poor start because he's disqualified for the formation lap pretty early, so the skies will be minus 200 degrees Celsius.
Oh, J-Wall's just disconnected.
You gotta love Cody sometimes.
Also, speaking of disqualification, Ryan's not wearing a helmet again.
I mean, we should talk about it with Ryan probably because safety is a big key in Formula 1. And especially the bullshit and not wearing a helmet. I mean, it doesn't look good upon us.
We need to have a word with him about that. Also, I believe we need to have a word with basically everyone that isn't Ryan, because I'm pretty sure in the past we have mentioned about leaving a massive gap on the formation lap.
I mean, then we have to look at Callum 11.
Yeah.
Because the drivers behind him, it's not their fault that Callum leaves a big gap.
True. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there. That's an unusual one.
I mean, is it like any special wording on it? Maybe it will for next season, but like, there was not... This is the only incident I can remember of this.
I mean, like many things right now, there probably should be a rule, but we don't have one. But what we do have is 3, 4 and 5 red lights here in Mexico. And we are underway. Ryan gets a decent launch. Callum bogs down a little bit in the Alfa Romeo. It's a very good launch actually from Ryan. Honest Raccoon gets a good one. He's pulling alongside. Looking to take maybe a third place. Vibe Hazard has not gotten going. Callum does hold on to second place. Runs a little wide. Sciatic Hurdle having a look. Great start on those soft tyres. He's up to third. Goes a little wide out of turn 3. Honest Raccoon looking to the outside as they come towards turn 4.
Wolfdog is having issues. He's been lagging.
Oh, yeah, Wolfdog's had problems.
Vipasa is very
loses...
late to the start.
No,
Don't know what happened with him.
He's left again. I'm assuming he wasn't able to take control, as we've seen in the past. Luke Watkins making small moves up through the field. SJ as well. Night Owl as well. Sadik Huddle had a great launch though on those soft tyres, all the way up into third place already. Cam 28 currently in 6th. J-Wall just losing out to Jen Fisto as I go to compliment him. One of the McLarens having issues further back, was it? I don't quite know. We do have one technically DNF at the moment, which is Motorpsycho, because he left.
And it's Night Owl who loses an end plate, so his plan is in the mud.
Night Owl having a terrible time so far. SJ already picking up 3 seconds of penalties. Halsey under pressure now from Honest Raccoon. He did manage to get the 4th place away from the Williams, but
I also lost an end plate.
Down this main straight. Luke Watkins into the pits as well.
All 3 drivers lost their end plate, so all 3 drivers going for a big change. This has been a very messy start, with Wolfdog also losing a lot of places.
Let's have a quick look here. So Sadik Huddle up 3 places. Higino up 6 already. General Jake up 5. SJ up 3. Those are the big movers. Obviously Wolfdog, the big loser at the moment, down 9. Everyone else, fairly small gains across the board. Come through. Callum 11's actually on the back of Ryan. DRS will be enabled this time, but they won't get it through the first 2 DRS zones because the detection point is at the end of the lap. Higino gains another position, gets past J-Wall up into 8th place. Higino is on a flyer right now.
And also what is interesting, Callum 11 and Ryan are already out of DRS from Scatter Hurdle. So this is looking very quickly like a race between Callum 11 and Ryan R.
It is, but don't forget, strategy still has to come into play. These guys are on the mediums, the other drivers are on softs. We lose our timing data as somebody joins back, and we'll have to wait to get that back.
And I also will not. I will not be surprised if there will be safety car today.
Callum and Gemfisto fighting it out there for P6. There's a Haas of Higino lurking in the background. He's putting the pressure on. Is J-Wall not back yet?
I sent them an invite.
Higino goes very wide there.
I'm gonna send him an invite again.
No, he's still ghosted. Okay.
Where are you, J-Will? There you are, mate.
Actually, something very interesting. Not only are the top two on those mediums pulling away from Hurdle, Halsey is closing onto the back of the Aston Martin. DRS open as they come towards the stadium. Higino picks up a 3-second time penalty. He is, I believe, the third person to do so.
I'm now on board
goes
with
deep.
I'm now on board with Callum. He will probably go for the overtake already. He's very close to Ryan R. Yeah, everything is overtake, so he's going for it. DRS open. Ryan goes very defensive. Not really moving, just choosing the inside. Forcing. Oh, Callum goes for a dummy. He goes for the inside himself.
It's a lovely dummy. Job done. He will have DRS again down this second straight as it's only one detection zone. Halsey, meanwhile, in the background, has gone past the Aston Martin of Hurdle and will now be set free to chase down this front two.
I think that Halsey definitely has the pace to keep up, but he has to keep his ERS management in check as well, because if you're out of the DRS train, you will not gain your ERS back.
Kill switch into the pits as well. He seems to have had an issue.
Yeah, probably a ring change, I assume. Well, Ryan stays very close to Callum 11. If he can manage to get this close, he will probably go for the overtake in the straight.
Yellow flag. Shaman retires. Well, you were right, in the mud indeed. Safety car deployed.
Oh, that changes everything. Softest. Will they pit for mediums and then maybe go for a medium sit?
What would that be? That would be... So we've got 32 laps left, so 16-16. That's possible. That is possible. General Jake is disconnected under the safety car. We're going to have to watch out for timing glitches from him, from J-Wall, and from Vipazza by the end of this race. I'm going to make a note of that.
I am inviting more people than I'm enjoying this race. God damn it.
It's Jake, J-Wall, and Hazza that currently will probably have a timing glitch due to disconnects. We'll have to keep an eye out for any more.
Well, for people who are predicted will be in the mud, with Watkins and Higino needs to be careful very quickly, because I predict that these two will be in the mud as well.
Higino chose to stay out on those soft tyres. The only other people to have chosen to stay out on the soft tyres they started on are J-Wall and Motorcycle, who I believe are not here. Correct, neither of them are here.
Oh man.
I don't know if J-Wall's just done or what. Oh, kills... No, SJ. Drive-through penalty, speeding under the safety car.
Lovely job, SJ. I invited J-Will and Motorcycle. Do anyone else need an invite?
Motorcycle isn't coming back.
He isn't coming back?
Oh, wait, apparently his power went off.
Then some technical difficulties for Motorcycle then seems. Same with J-Will and General Jake at the moment. I hope it will be fixed.
I had been told other reasons for why he wasn't back, but he's apparently saying that his power went out.
Those were, I guess, some false rumors. Well, Callum 11, the leader of the pack at the moment, catch up with the safety car. And that, the safety car is very beneficial for Halsey, because it brings him right back up to the top 2 and gives him a fair fight for a win as well. And surprise, surprise, General Jake from P16 to P4. Where the hell did that boy come from?
Oh Jesus, yeah, he has made huge moves through the pack.
And then you have Honest Maroon, Hyginio, who chooses for track position.
Wait, why is Higino dropped to 6th?
Maybe,
Did Gino make a mistake under the safety car?
I don't know, because I'm too busy inviting everyone back into the game, because everyone kept leaving or getting kicked.
Because he was, I think, in 5th a little bit ago. I don't know what's happened there.
I see General Jake being in the home menu, so it's possible that he's restarting his game. Which, to be honest, with his internet issues today, I think it's fair. He's trying to fix it like that. Safety car's in his lap already! That's fast.
Safety car's in this lap. SJ has had a spin under the safety car, losing out a load of positions and dropping to last. Now the pack's going to really bunch up here. Almost to a dead stop through the stadium.
And Callum Lever already chooses to go. Right?
Ryan picks up a penalty almost instantly. Higino's retired.
What happened to Genio?
Oh, he spun it coming out of the castle.
Well at the same spot.
Yeah.
He's out of...
I was trying to see what happened to Higino. Managed to go on board with something just in time for Killswitch to show us what happened to Higino.
SJ going into the pits. I don't know why. Maybe he got wing
he had
damage.
a spin on the safety car. He might have gotten wing damage from it.
Oh no, he
Meanwhile,
has
out in front,
survived through a
side by
penalty.
side.
He's already taking it.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. Side by side, out in front. Ryan has retaken the lead. Halsey gets forced a little wide there by Callum. General Jake is being spooky and fourth as a ghost right now.
Somehow his AI managed to stay forward at the moment.
Oh, Killswitch saying someone spun him. Didn't see any contact, but that will be interesting to find out.
This is interesting because I think only the person who spun him will also get a 5-second time penalty.
Maybe, or it went full green.
That's also a possibility. In a way, unlucky for Killswitch, who chose for the hard tire, so he chose to go to the end.
Here we go.
Onto goes into the pits.
General Jake isn't back yet, but his AI is clinging on to the back of Halsey right now.
Onto got wing damage, so he's bidding again for a new wing and puts on the soft tires.
Could have been damage from when the whole field checked up right under the end of that safety car.
Yeah,
He was just ahead of Higino.
the field was very, how you say it, very slow through the stadium.
This pack of 4 out in front, by the way, have pulled just under 2 seconds on Sciatic Hurdle, who has made a pit stop onto mediums. So he is on fairly fresh tyres and is still in 5th place and could potentially only need to make one more stop. That could be huge by the end of this race.
Did General Jake return?
Not yet.
I mean...
Oh, SJ saying he let everyone through. Okay. I saw you off in the runoff area. I thought that you had spun out. There's General Jake coming back. DRS is now enabled. They won't have it down the straight this time.
Well, the AI
So
for
Jake's
General
AI
Jake goes for an overtake.
Jake's AI is apparently just as aggressive as Jake himself. Going for the move. Not able to get it done though. AI getting a bit confused by being inside the Ferrari.
I mean, it's a scary thing to be inside another car.
I don't know how Jake's AI is this quick either. I'm pretty sure the AI is set to like 65?
Probably. I guess that says...
I'm trying to remember what my settings are.
I guess it says more about the T2 drivers. AI settings is 20 to 65.
I mean, I think the lobby settings are normally 80, but I turn it down for tier 2 just because obviously that's the tier 1 settings.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, Jake's AI having a lot of issues now. He's falling down the order.
General
He's been
Fister, we
passed by Sonic
died.
Hurdle. Hazard's out as well.
Oh. And it's another
I
safety
think
car.
I've just seen what happened. I think Gemfisto lost it, hit the inside wall, and Hazard came through those S's and couldn't avoid in time, and may have also hit the Mercedes.
So,
Well, we don't have to worry about timing glitch from Hazard anymore. A lot of people in the pits. Motorcycle's AI crawling down the start straight. Never mind, Motorcycle's in the pits. What?
why is General Jake? Do you think that as well General Jake is overtaking into the safety car?
Yeah, Jake's AI has just passed Ryan.
General Jake has a 5-second time penalty of collision.
But what? But Callum's not even near him.
Well, only General Jake, I'll not.
Yeah, Jake, what's going on here? Because we're seeing you as disconnected, but you've apparently just had a collision with Callum. So we need some information on what's going on your end. Because we know you're back in the session and you just either haven't taken control or you are lagged to hell.
I mean, this lobby is so weird. I mean, a lot of people keep lagging out. And now this with General Jake. Luckily not giving
Oh, that would explain. That would explain why Thingy lost positions under the safety car as well. Because I thought he was 5th, he lost a position, Jake's AI could have just passed him. And now Jake has left again. Jake, I know you're in the Twitch chat. Like, communicate with us here, because why did you leave again without, like, taking control or retiring? Like, what is going on? This is annoying. Yeah, you're telling us, like...
Don't tell us it is annoying, tell us what is going on.
I'm assuming you're trying to spell glitching, but gitflunt and glixinf are not words.
I feel like he thinks we speak German, but but we are not speaking German. We're just speaking English.
I only know one word in German. I'll be honest.
Shit. I know a couple of words, and those are swear words.
Well, I know those too, but we ain't saying those on stream. SJ picking up a time penalty on the safety car.
I mean, now we see that General Jake, at least for me, is P1.
Yeah, he overtook Ryan on the safety car, but he was shown as not being in control at the time. Icelandic Rob has joined to spectate. Jake, I'll be honest with you, saying whoever is getting the time penalty, I don't mean it, doesn't matter. Callum's got a well, no, Callum didn't even get a time penalty. You got a time penalty. It was just you, it wasn't even Callum. You can get a good result. No, of course you can get a good result. Your AI has overtaken people under the safety car. Like, if your game is not working and is going to be causing problems like this, just get back in and retire. Like, pull the car down the pits and retire. Because otherwise we're just going to have more issues here.
Yeah, because we do not want a quarter of the race talking about how bad your issues are. I mean, it sucks for you. But mate, we have like 19 other drivers, now 15 at the moment, that also want the race and not have to deal with those issues. I know you're disappointed with the race going for you right now with all those issues, but that's not the fault of the other drivers. And just retire and take your loss.
Jake claiming he's gonna try one more time.
Well,
Safety
safety
car
cars in
coming
this
in
lap.
at this lap.
It will be interesting because the AI will be leading the safety car.
Jake seemed to gain control for about half a second there, and it's back to disconnected again. Just the big old red X. I'm gonna say this, Jake. I don't think it is your game glitching. I think your internet's just going to garbage right now. Are you still streaming, by the way?
But an interesting safety car restart because people overtook Jake away before the finish line. Anyway, it doesn't matter anymore because Kyle Gerdel and Ryan are next to each other.
We are 3 wide behind them. They're both Ferraris on the inside of Wolfdog.
Oh, I see an
28's on the
airplane.
outside as well.
I see the airplane going
There's a bit of
loose.
debris. Another 3-second time penalty for Ryan. Cam 28 is around on the grass. Everyone's scattering all over the circuit trying to pass General Jake's AI. Is General Jake actually back?
I don't think so.
No, he's not, because somebody just went into him. Yeah, Philip just drove through him, so no, he's not.
I'm sorry, Jake. If you can take control somewhat of your car, get in the pits and retire. I mean, this is going nowhere for you today.
Alright, I'm gonna delete those messages, because we are not having that. You know what? It is a video game. At the end of the day, it is a video game, Jake.
And suddenly his AI is it's first again.
Oh, yep. With the fastest lap. Alright, so whatever happens, Jake is not scoring points right now. Like, the AI is all over the place. It is causing problems. Sadek Hurdle trying to pass Halsey there for what is the actual race lead. Halsey, though, on those soft tyres. Keeping the Aston Martin at bay. Look, he...
Oh, sorry.
Sadek Hurdle was looking for a gap where there wasn't one, making a little bit of contact with the rear end of the Ferrari. We've got a huge train of cars here, all fighting over the lead. So, Higino, we're 14 laps in. We're not restarting. That's an absurd thing to consider.
I did
this
it.
part, like, nearly halfway through the race.
With all due respect, Eugenio, we did not resolve for one or two people who were having issues constantly all the time. If the majority of the grid has no issues, we'll continue with the race. I know it sucks for you that you are DNF'd, but that's not their fault.
Also, you got backed up by Honest Raccoon coming to the safety car restart, but all that actually happened is you spun up your rear tyres trying to get going and crashed into a wall. That is just factual. No, we're not doing a 25% race. No.
Restart at this time is out of discussion, right?
Meanwhile, fighting over second place, Sadek Hurdle and Ryan R. Ryan trying to go around the outside of the Aston Martin side by side. Halsey making the best of these soft tyres right now, has pulled 3.3 seconds. Hurdle using a lot of not the racetrack to maintain position, but did Jake... Well, we have a safety car. And that safety car has come out while there was an Alpine that has gone straight on at turn 1.
I mean, this is so disappointing for Jack because me and you quite talked him up in a positive way that how much he has improved since he joined. And then he's doing this. This is outrageous. This is disgusting behavior from a driver. And this is not something that NXR would like to see. This is not... This puts NXR in a bad daylight, and... Well, I wanted to say that General Jake will not gain any points if his AI finishes in top 10. But that doesn't matter anymore. Because he crashed out.
He has taken care of it for us.
Well, then you can also expect that there will be some punishment going your way, mate. Well, Overlook has a 5-second stop-go penalty for speeding into the pit lane, but that is not the most important thing at the moment. Because
I believe Wolfdog has also picked up a drive-through penalty.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to talk about it further, but I just wanted to make this clear for every viewer who wants to join this league. What General Jake just did, straight lining to the wall and DNF himself that way, it's not something that this league will condone. This league is all about for the 20 drivers who race against each other to have fun, fair racing, and then talk about it after the race in a very friendly manner and that kind of stuff. And General Jake crashing out on purpose does not belong with that. And I'm very saddened to see that he thinks it was needed to take this measurements to get himself out to the race and causing an unnecessary safety car. I mean, do you want anything to say, Guildforce, or be like, you're good?
No. Honestly, no. This will be dealt with. And that's all I'm gonna say on that matter.
To be honest, I don't care about this anymore. Either way, the new lead, if everything is alright, is the 2 Williams up front. And that is Honda Second and TX Philip. With around the same tire wear, around the same tire age, both on the softs. They definitely need to pit again. And then J-Will is P3, very surprisingly, and Killswitch somehow managed to get back in P4. And
not just that, Killswitch and Manoy are 4th and 5th on hard tyres. They can go to the end.
They definitely will be, but they will be as slow as snail.
How many laps are left? We got 19 laps? No, it's not quite medium range, is it? They'll be, well, the mediums will be struggling.
I think the medium range is definitely there, but like, you'll be sliding towards the late part of the race.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to car sliding that much through the S's. Safety car in this lap.
To be honest, with this thing, I would rather choose mediums or do a soft stint, assuming there will be no safety car anymore. Either way, this will be interesting because how will the Williams drivers work with each other? Because it's a 1-2 for Williams at the moment. Team principal Rob must be very proud of them, and Honda Sukun goes away, got TX Williams sleeping, and J-Will is next to him, going way faster than TX Philip at the moment. They're going side by side.
Oh, did Killswitch just push Manoy onto the grass behind that? That looked a bit sketchy back there.
It will not be the first time because he did it also in Suzuka.
Joe, we're not able to get the move done. Those soft tyres still seem to have just enough life left in them. We're going back to this absolute swarm of cars. The Hornet's Nest charging down towards turn 4. Luke Watkins gets past Minoy.
kill
Halsey
switch!
gets past
Kill
kill switch. Oh!
Scared go off. Not on
Hurdle.
purpose.
Hurdle nearly into the wall. Comes to a stop, lets people go rather than rejoining into the pack. That's a very smart move there by Hurdle.
I think he makes J-Roll proud with the FIA track report.
Minoy just ahead of Ryan. Now got to keep in mind that tyre difference. Ryan is going to be so much quicker on these fresh softs compared to Minoy's hards. As Ryan goes up the inside. It was an easy move for Ryan. Minoy can't really put up much of a fight as Night Owl up the inside on fresh hards as well.
Oh, Ryan now is on the hunt for the P1 position.
Minoy's getting shuffled, however, it's important to remember he's playing for a long game. Yellow flags, SJ out in the S's.
And it seems like it will
still green.
It seems like that will not cause a safety car. Thank God it doesn't. Because I've seen so much safety cars that I think it's even more than my age when I'm 26. Yeah, it was a bad joke, I know.
Now, with the current situation, I'm looking at this. I think Night Owl might be might be the net leader currently, given the fact I believe everyone ahead of him still needs to pit.
I have the feeling that Halsey is the net lead, because I think the mediums can make it and the hards are horrible around here. But I think Night Owl is definitely like at least a net P4 in my opinion.
But we look. Oh, Halsey, bold move on J-Wall there. J-Wall having to go off circuit. Rejoins, nearly puts Luke Watkins into the wall. Not a lot of room being given by any driver in that situation.
I mean, the stadium is a tricky place to overtake.
J-Wall already low on ERS, the light is flashing. It's not flashing for Halsey. It's not flashing for Luke. Right now we have Williams is 1-2, we have then Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo. It is a good day for Italians, as they have 4 of the top 6. Just ignore the fact that Alfa Romeo is a Swiss team.
Yeah, but it's an Italian brand. I get what you mean.
TX Phillip. Is he playing wingman? He doesn't seem to have the pace of Raccoon, but can he hold up this horde of angry Italian cars? Ryan R has caught onto the back of this pack as well on softs.
I think he can, and if he has a little bit of the low wings, so he's very fast in the straight, it will be difficult to overtake him. But the X
picking up a 3-second time penalty.
But the X-Phillip does not have a lot of EOS to play with.
J-Wall's had an issue. He's gone around in the stadium. Something's gone wrong there for one of the Alfa Romeos. Ryan has passed Luke Watkins as well. Really making good use of these soft tyres. He's now pushing to get
Luke
off
Watkins is in the pit. There's the mean front wing.
Is there contact?
Yeah, there's a front wing change going on. Yeah, Luke Watkins lost his end plate.
There may have been contact with Luke Watkins and J-Wall. Meanwhile, Halsey has made quick work of TX Phillip. There was nothing that Williams could do. Ryan has done the same to Callum 11. Now 5 seconds is the gap to Honest Raccoon. Can Halsey close that down? We have 16 laps left to go in this race.
Oh, TX Phillip is in the grass. Phillip is in the mud.
Oh. Issues for Phillip. Ryan goes up to P3. He lets Callum go as well. That's fairly smart given the speed difference they would have had into the corner.
I think the game also needed him to let it go, because of course he could quite the corners, even though it was probably not his fault.
Oh, true. Oh, he might have lost the back end and just slid across. Okay. Well, I'm surprised he didn't get a penalty for that.
Either way, I think TX Phillip did as a good as a job as he could for Honest Raccoon.
Oh, apparently Luke Watkins hit J-Wall 3 times before the eventual spin. So that's a bad time for him. Night Owl up to P6, will have DRS, looking
And
for
Killswitch
P5,
is out.
DNFs, is it a safety car? Not yet. Night Owl
No,
gets the move done.
I think he retired on track.
I'm on board with Luke Watkins to have a look. Yeah, AI pulled off on the exit of the final turn, so that's no issue there.
No issue there, but it's not allowed in the NXR regulations, so...
That's true. Halsey has gained about half a second on Honest Raccoon at the moment. Closing the gap down steadily. He's got plenty of time to do it, but a 3-second time penalty would do him no favours.
But regarding penalties, Halsey still has that advantage, with Amskun at 6 seconds. But the person then who is in top contention for a race win, like you said, Callum 11. No penalties at the moment. Let me check the warnings he got.
Just gonna mention this, coming from the Alfa Romeo and Alpine team principal, J-Will not happy with how aggressive the Ferraris were. The Ferrari's not aggressive right now, as Ryan just breezes by in the straight. But I will say, I think Halsey's move on J-Will was solid. I don't think the move itself was bad. I think he squeezed J-Will off on the exit, and that needs to be, you know, can't be. You have to leave it a space, as Fernando has taught us, and then doesn't do. But I think Halsey's initial move, although aggressive, was fair. I think he needs to leave a little more space on the exit, although in the stadium section that is very hard to do. I didn't quite see the J-Wall incident, so I missed that. Also, we're getting information from Killswitch. He retired because of side pod damage.
Well, thanks for the confirmation that you retired on track, which is
I
not allowed.
will say this, Killswitch, since you are a reserve, I'll make sure you know this information for future reference. If you're going to do that sort of thing, make sure you are in the pit lane before you do it. Don't do it just on track, like pull into the pit lane itself and then retire.
Because that sometimes can cause for an unnecessary safety car and ruins the fun for others.
Also at certain tracks, the AI can cause a lot of problems, such as Brazil, where they will be on the racing line. Ryan picks up another 3-second time penalty, although that gap has gone from 5 seconds when Halsey passed Phillip to 2.5 seconds now. Yellow flag somewhere. Where is it? It's the final sector. It's Sciatic Hurdle having an issue. Virtual safety car deployed. I'm guessing debris from the Aston Martin. There's no front wing on the Aston Martin.
No, it's a safety car now.
Oh, it's a full safety car. That's that saves Honest Raccoon, who's gone 15 laps on these softs.
I mean, he will definitely not be P. He will
Wolfdog.
He gets another drive-through penalty. I mean, Wolfdog needs to learn. Like, Wolfdog.
Deltas, man. Deltas.
Photoshop. Either way, Honest Raccoon, it will definitely not be P1, but I think maybe P5, P6. It depends how many other people are pitting, because softs technically can make it to the end and stay relatively good throughout the whole race.
Here we go, so this is going to change things completely. The drivers who were on hards and in a very strong position, that's gone. It's over.
Night Owl
all
decided
about
to
speed
stay
now.
out!
What? No!
On hard tires! And the safety car is
That is
already
a
out!
bold move.
So he has no other
Honest
chance
Raccoon.
to pit.
Honest Raccoon goes softs, Ryan goes softs, Halsey softs, Callum 11 softs, TX Phillip in the pits, as well as J-Wall, Ulfdog, Callum 28, Minoy, Luke Watkins. Everyone's pitting onto a fresh set of softs.
Except for Night Owl.
Wow.
I mean, you gotta admire Night Owl's guts. But I think he made himself a recipe for disaster.
As a person who is a big fan of taking a risk when you have nothing to lose, this is a move that I am a fan of. However, Night Owl is not a man with nothing to lose. Night Owl is a man fighting for the championship right now. He cannot afford to lose large amounts of points to the likes of Callum 11, to Halsey, to Ulfdog, and this move could gift a podium to Halsey and Callum.
Well, I think I get his point, but like I tried this as well in tier 1. Like the safety car was like with 5 laps to go, getting in, and my slots were 9 laps old. I was P3, I made it. I had the best safety car restart. Oh! Mena is out! Mena crashes out under the safety car. I'm sorry, but I saw it. He didn't do it on
Brace for
purpose.
impact.
He didn't do it on purpose. Just
No, he was sat in 12th place. Minoy's not crashing that out on purpose.
no.
You know what, I'm not even going to look at the Discord right now, because I think I know.
I think the owners are gonna have a field day, and I'm gonna enjoy it afterwards. What happened in the Discord? Either way,
I'm
yeah.
afterwards. I'm going on iRacing. I'm not dealing.
We have one very tight and then.
I've been to work. I have a sore throat. I'm not dealing with.
You know what? I
No,
don't
it's
even
calm
play
about
you.
it. Oh, you know what? That's good. Glad to hear that.
Anyway, Nightdog was P5 before he decided to stay out. Do you think he is able to finish higher than P5?
Wait, I mean, was that what Night Owl said? Like, top 5 every race? Well, like 5th place from here on out would get him the championship, right?
Possibly. But I wouldn't
no.
I wouldn't calculate on him because if Halsey
I think
wins
it's-
every race, I believe he wins in the championship if Nightdog keeps getting 5th.
Well, I think Night Owl means just relative to Lion. Like, if he finishes 5th every race, I don't catch his Lion.
Nah, I think he needs to then finish 4th, minimal every race.
Here we go, Night Owl gets going. We're going to go on board with Honest Raccoon. The field is fairly spread out behind. We have 12 cars remaining. 2 of them will not get points. Who will it be? Hiccups have shown up at the worst time. Ulfdog into the pits to serve his drive-through. That makes perfect sense. I forgot he had that. Night Owl going to need to perform a defensive masterclass here, but I don't know how much you can defend once the DRS is available.
Elderson is very close. He goes side by side already, and Nightdog leaves his door open. Goes down the
Night Owl
inside.
trying to fight back on the inside. Not able to do it.
Elderson
Traction
gives
out
him
the
enough
corner.
room.
Halsey up the inside of Ryan. Wheel to wheel. He finally gets the job done. And now he's on the back of Night Owl. Now this could be huge for Honest Raccoon, because Night Owl is in a position to hold them up all the way to the start straight if this pack is not careful.
Oh, well, Halsey already going
Halsey's
next
not letting it happen. Halsey's gone. Easy peasy. Very aggressive, very bold, very decisive. Night Owl looking back on the outside. Not able to do it, but Ryan can't do anything with it either. 1.3 seconds is the lead that Honest Raccoon has now. Does he have the pace to maintain that over Halsey?
Like expected, Nightdog is dropping like a fly at the moment.
Honest Raccoon. Sorry, not Honest Raccoon. Ryan gets the job done. Callum gets the job done. Night Owl tucking back into the DRS. Or into the slipstream, sorry, as Callum goes around the outside of Ryan. Can he get it done? He can. Job done for Callum.
Well done.
Yellow flag, sector 1. That's TX Phillip going around. Oh, also important. Is he actually back? No, Motorcycle is still not here, so he will. Since he has not driven the entire race, he will not be scoring any points. So there are 11 cars remaining. He is a
So
DNS.
So to make clear, two admins who are commentating today, which one of them is also an FIA head, do agree that Motorcycle will be disqualified for basically being AI all the time today.
Yeah, he was AI the whole race. He disconnected partway through qualifying. Now, he has mentioned that his power went out, and fair enough, but we can't give you points if you don't drive in the race.
I get that message in the FIA chat, so that will be done with.
DRS has been enabled. Halsey has closed that 1.3 second gap down to half a second already. He's closing and closing on the Williams. Night Owl holding on to 6th place, but he's falling backwards more and more. Callum 11, P3. No penalties for the Alfa Romeo. He just needs to stay on the back of this duo. He doesn't even need to fight. He can just play the smart game and hold on, play it safe, get the points. Sciatic hurdles in the pits. He is now the man who will score no points out of the remaining drivers. One and a half seconds covers the top 3 right now. 1.6 as I correct myself.
I have just announced the
Halsey.
message in the FIA chat that Motorcycle is disqualified for fair reasons.
I mean, even if he comes back at this point, I'm like, he has shown up on. He would have shown up with 6 laps to go. I don't think it's exactly fair that he would score points from that.
No, you got to work for your points, and Motorcycle unfortunately isn't able to work for it today.
So, the situation right now, the top 5, all on soft tyres. They are 3 seconds clear of Night Owl. Night Owl does have no penalties, though. That could play into this.
Yeah, but he on track position alone.
Halsey up the inside. Looking for the move on Honest Raccoon. Gets the job done. Raccoon looking for the switchback as they come out of turn 3. He gets a good launch off the corner. He's going to try. No, Halsey using the DRS to maintain that lead. ERS is low for both. Callum 11 on the back of them seems to have the most out of the 3. I'm not looking at exact numbers. I'm just staring at the bar on the steering wheel. Ryan is within a second of this trio now as well. He could play a part in the ending of this race. I think, honestly, if you're Callum, you don't fight Ryan. Obviously, you want to win races on track, but if you're Callum, you have a championship to play for. You take anything you can get, and right now, with Night Owl down to 8th place, you just let Ryan go if he gets to you, and you just do your best to cling on to Halsey. You may have to pass the Honest Raccoon in this situation, because Halsey's already pulling about a second.
I think, to be honest, Callum 11, before this race, he was not in the championship title contender. But if he ends up winning this race, well, he's going for the uptake on Alonso too, by the way.
Nice
but
easy move.
If he's going to win this race, because of no penalties, or on track, I really would like to do it, he will be in the championship fight for the first time this season and in his whole career.
Thing with Callum 11, last season he had a lot of pace, he showed potential, but he didn't have the results. Right now, he is showing that he has made that improvement over the last season and a half, and now when it counts, he is here. No penalties. He just needs to just use Halsey to stay ahead. He doesn't need to pass anyone. He just needs to stay with this pack. If he does, he wins. Because this whole top 5 is separated by less than 3 seconds, I believe. Let me check I'm right. 2.9 seconds, 3 seconds now covering the top 5. So as long as he stays in this pack, that's it. Job done, you take home P1. Now he's a racing driver and he's going to want to win it on track, as we all would. But he has the option to play it safe, and that is huge for him right now.
What I would do, if I was him, unless I get the question from Honda Stockholm, stay behind Halsey, probably save EOS up, and probably overtake him last lap, and having a bunch of EOS to play with.
Honestly, I think personally in this situation, I would maybe have a go at Halsey, but if it feels like he's gonna fight me really hard for this, just ride. There's no point in risking your race fighting someone who will be in a much more desperate position due to penalties.
To be honest, I think in my short league race career, I had plenty of races that I won that are not, how should I say it, finished P1 on track, but because of penalties, I still won.
That's why by Callum he's got to be careful with that. He can't afford a penalty if he's going to play it safe.
He has one
I will
warning
say-
last time I checked, and it's still one warning, so he is 2 warnings away from a 3-second time penalty.
So, let me give you a fun fact. The last time Tier 2 was here, we had this exact same situation for P2 between a Ferrari and an Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo was Scribs. Oh, yellow flags in the final sector. It's a safety car. It's a very late safety car. It won't last long. This will not last long.
I think it will be last till lap 34.
Wow.
This does play in the hand of Nightall.
It does not.
It does, because he can pit, if the safety car goes out from 1 lap, he can pit for fresh softs.
Well, I want you to consider this. The field has not caught the safety car. He will have, given the gap he has between him and the leaders, let's say by the time he comes out the pits, he'll have to gain half a lap before the field gets around.
Yeah.
That could be risky.
Well, I think Nightall make the move with the strategy. I think now he has definitely nothing to lose anymore.
I mean, yeah, he's got nothing to lose. He's guaranteed points, as there are only 10 drivers actually remaining in this race.
Why was the safety car out, by the way?
Sadek Hurdle had a crash.
Okay, that makes sense.
Coming out of the S's, I believe.
Well, that is a graveyard from Formula 1 drivers today.
Oh no! This is huge! Callum 28 dives into the pits, Night Owl into the pits, but this is huge for all 4 drivers right now with no penalties. Callum 11, J-Wall, Night Owl, and Callum 28. Because they have no penalties. You know what? Let's have a look. Normally we avoid looking. No, we're looking, because this is relevant. Ryan is not pulling 12 seconds on anyone.
Ryan will probably be like B10 or something.
Honest Raccoon has 6 seconds. Halsey and Luke Watkins maybe could get away a little safe on those 3 seconds of penalties. But all of them are at a huge risk now of losing 4 positions.
And I think
If
Felix
not more.
Willem is guaranteed today for a B10 with his 16 seconds of
Yeah.
time penalties.
Unless somebody else crashes in these last couple laps, the safety car will probably be in this lap. And look where Callum 28 and Night Owl are. They aren't here.
No, but I think they can make it on time. They are not far away.
They aren't. Depends how much Callum wants to back the pack up. Actually, if you're Callum, maybe you want to back him up a fair bit. Because that hurts Halsey's championship.
Well, Nightall and Callum are back.
They are here. They've managed to pull it off. I didn't think they would have enough time to get here. Wolfdog, P9, 6 seconds of penalties. He's not going to reach the pack in time as the restart comes. Halsey gets a good restart, actually, right on the back of Callum 11. Looking to the inside already as they come down towards turn 1. It is a 2-lap dash in Mexico. Callum 28 looking for a move on J-Wall. Those 3 need to be smart. Halsey has taken the lead, but he needs to pull 3 seconds to keep it. Ryan, Luke Watkins fighting it out. J-Wall losing 2 places to Callum.
No, Jay will spawn. And he set it
J-Wall
on track.
spins, and that's going to be...
Sack.
Like, how many times? How many times?
He did it last week, and now did it again.
Twice. Here we go. We are oh my god, we are looking at something here that could potentially happen. I'm not going to say anything. Honest Raccoon picks up another 3 seconds. That's definitely killing his chances at a podium now. Luke Watkins on 3 seconds. He needs a bit of luck. Callum 11. Now more than ever, it's not about pushing. It is about staying within 3 seconds of Halsey. That's all he needs. Ryan gets out of the way of Callum and Night Owl. I don't know if he made a mistake, but he has 12 seconds of penalties. He was never going to stay ahead of those two unless something went terribly wrong. I'm going to go to the interval to leader. Night Owl making the move on Callum 28. But depending on how this plays out, if Callum 28 can gain 4 tenths on Halsey, he may take his first ever, I believe first ever podium. But he needs to gain a bit of time on Halsey right now. If Callum gets to Halsey and starts fighting, that could be huge for Callum 28. But he's not quite in range right now. In fact, he's lost 3 more attempts. He doesn't seem to have the pace.
And Night Owl is back on the podium as well.
Night Owl is currently in 2nd place.
Unless Callum makes a huge mistake, and I mean Callum 28, 11, he's guaranteed to win.
Night Owl just outside of 3 seconds. He needs to gain a tiny, tiny bit of time through these final couple corners. J-Wolf picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's brutal for him. Actually, no, it's not. He's way off the back. I forgot that he spun. Night Owl gets a great run through the stadium. He's now within that 3 seconds. This is going to be a game of inches. Luke Watkins not able to save his teammate.
Night Owl doesn't!
Night Owl
doesn't!
Night Owl doesn't!
Night Owl does get B2. B3. Night Owl does get B3.
Yeah, I was watching him to Halsey, because Halsey just edges him out by 300ths of a second. Halsey just keeping that gap to maintain P2. And we have 3 of the championship contenders on the podium.
I mean, it kind of sucks for Callum that both Halsey and Night Owl are on the podium as well. But hey, I mean, this has been an amazing race. I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to invite the B3 runner, Night Owl.
It's been a good race. Obviously, we've had a couple issues along the way, but a great end to it.
Definitely, I mean, there's some things happen, of course, that will be dealt with, but the end of the race makes this controversial things all worth it.
So Luke Watkins mentioning something in the Discord that I didn't realise, but P18 to P5 for the Ferrari driver. A great drive from him.
I mean...
But, Night Owl. God damn.
Night Owl. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible strategy call to stay on the hearts. He should be happy with the last safety car.
Yeah, that last safety car saved him. But Callum, the outsider in the championship right now, he's doing what he needs to bring himself into it. I mean, he is, what is he? 51 points behind going into this race. Now, he's not gained a massive amount.
If you would like to join the party for an interview, we have a lot of questions for you. If you can't, let us know, then we're gonna move on to Halsey.
Let me make sure I scroll through the full results for once, so that I'm actually not an idiot. But yeah, this race, especially with Line being gone, this is the sort of racing that we are hopefully looking forward to for the championship now. Because we have 4 very quick drivers. One currently looking quick but inconsistent and making mistakes. One that has been the fast guy that made mistakes, but has seemed to tidy up. Night Owl, who has been consistently one of the top guys in Tier 2, alongside Halsey, who has been right there with him. This is a great battle we have ahead of us. Because let's not forget, as well, Callum nearly won at Suzuka. If it wasn't for a penalty he received for his weaving, he would have won that race too.
Definitely, I think Nigel, I've invited him, but he didn't respond to it, so I'm gonna move on to Elsie instead.
Yep.
And there he is. Hello, Elsie. Don't forget to include your audio. Hello, do you copy, Elsie?
Hello? There we go.
Oh, there you are.
There we are. So, P1 on track, but P2 on the podium because of a time penalty.
Yeah.
How did that race went for you?
Hectic as well. Starting obviously, I believe 4th on the grid, and it was just trying to like keep up with everyone else on the mediums, because my mediums were a little older than everyone else's, because E2 didn't really go to plan for me. And then obviously so many safety cars and all that, just kept mixing it up, and at some points it felt like the strategy was like it had turned to my side, and then sometimes not so much. There was a safety car restart where I think I was on the softs and I had to get through the mediums, and I luckily was able to just get through a huge pack of them, and then my race was looking really promising for the win, and then obviously another safety car came out, pitted for mediums, and then another one came out and we pitted for softs, and because of my time penalty and everyone being so packed together under the safety car, it meant that I couldn't build that gap away, sadly. But obviously Callum really deserves the win after Japan as well, so he definitely deserves to have a win to his name, especially this season. So I am happy with at least second, but yeah, it is a shame with all the safety cars, because I felt that I could have won that race then.
I mean, the safety cars were a bit too much this race due to various reasons. I think we all can agree on. Now Lion out of the picture, and you finishing in front of Nighthall today. How do you rate your championship title chances?
Well, I'm hoping it's pretty promising. I worked out what I've got to do to beat Lion especially, and ideally it needs to be a lot of consistent second places, and if I get third then I need kind of a win. So at the moment I'm on target to hopefully beating Lion, just about, and then obviously just keep pulling the gap on Night Owl obviously, and then hopefully we can win the championship. But there's a long way ahead, and just got to keep working hard for the rest of the season and see how it goes.
Yes, and one last question. Do you also think Callum 11 now, since he got his win, and I believe he was 4th in the standing, not counting Lion with it anymore? Do you think he has now a shot with the championship as well, since he gained 25 points?
I'm not too sure what the points gap is between myself, Night Owl, and Wolf Dog, and then the gap to Callum 11. So I mean, he's probably gained a fair bit on all three of us tonight with getting a win. So I mean, I think his championship hopes should still be pretty promising if he can continue to keep the good form that he's on right now.
Well, that is me for all the questions. Do you have something you'd like to know as well, Gilforce?
Not really. I mean, towards the end there, Night Owl was trying to get within the 3 seconds to you, and you had a teammate just ahead of him. Do you think maybe Luke tried to hold him up a little for you?
Yeah, I was kind of begging for him to back him up, and because I only realised like it was like the first sector, and I was like, oh, he's actually going to beat me, and it was like I can't let him beat me after all of this. So I had to completely give it everything I could on the last lap, and I was praying that my teammate could obviously hold him up. I don't know if he did or not, but I think I beat him by like 20 thousandths of a second. In the end, it was super close, but I gave that everything on that last lap to do it.
That is Nighthall, by the way, you guys hearing?
Oh.
Oh, awkward.
Coming to get you, Halsey!
Either way, 3,000 away from P3, Elsie. Good job with your race today, and we speak to you next time.
Thank you.
Also, just a quick thing, I did look. The gap between Callum 11 and Night Owl going into this was 51 points.
Okay.
So it's going to be... I think it might be difficult for him to beat Lion, actually, now that I think about it.
That's what I'm worried about. Just closing his
Either
gap
way-
to him.
Either way, Nighthall, please include your audio if you haven't already.
Ah, I did, yeah.
Alright, with you having not a quality ban, an engine penalty going on, starting from the back of the grid, starting the race with an end plate going off your wing.
Yeah, me and Manoy got pretty much brake checked by Kill Switch at the start. He broke way too early for that for turn one. Me and him both ran into the back of him with end plate damage. So
Yeah,
that
because
ruined
we
us,
saw
really.
Luke Watkins, you and Minai going into pits, both with
Yeah, he ruined
wing
us.
changes.
Yeah, he ruined us really. I feel like I would have had P2 or maybe even that win. Because I had consistent pace throughout that race, just apart from the hard tyres, which were absolutely dog poo.
To be honest, I kind of disagree with you, and that is, like you already said, with the hard tires. With the
Yeah.
second to last safety car, why you decided to stay out? Well, you were P5 at that moment.
Is this
If-
when
if-
after I boxed up from the damage, I stayed out? Is that what the one you're talking about?
This is when you stayed out on the hards.
Oh, I just went for track positions and I didn't realise how fast everyone else was on the softs behind me. I was to my teammates in the party saying, "Oh, I've messed up here. I should have gone in and boxed." And they were like, "Oh, it's fine, mate. Don't worry. Still points are points."
Yeah, but you in a championship title fight, especially now Lion left to tier
Yeah.
1. Let's talk about Lion, by the way. How shocked were you that you made the promotion to tier 1 already and not for next
I was
season?
very shocked because I thought he would have. I know he was asked before, I think, and he decided to stay tier 2 to try get that second title. Because I don't think anyone in NXR has gotten a second title before, a second championship.
At
I
least
think that's what he was
not
trying
in
to
both
do.
levels, no.
Yeah, now he's just in tier 1. He was too fast for tier 2 anyway, so I think it might be best reason he's probably gone to make it more fair and equal in tier 2.
Well, what I can tell you is that Rob, his team principal, asked him to if he wants to make a promotion, and apparently he said yes.
Yeah.
Maybe because he already won a tier 2 championship. Maybe he thought, well, I mean,
Yeah, he did
I
say
already
he's already
won
won
it, so
one, it's
I have
not
nothing
worth
to prove
winning one
anymore.
again. Yeah.
Either way, you were able to pit for the soft tires at the last safety car. That is probably
Yeah.
you saving.
That's what saved me, yeah.
Yeah. And you were 3,000 off Halsey.
I know. Luke didn't back me off. I nearly lost the rear in the final corner. If that didn't happen, I would have maybe gone second. It was just really, I put the power down too early and just lost it. So yeah, I'm still happy
That's
with
probably
podium
getting
last.
the pressure a bit too much.
Yeah, I was just really worried. Not I was gonna get like. I knew I was on for a podium. Everyone in front of me, apart from Halsey and Callum, had massive penalties. So Halsey was the one I was gunning for. If I didn't get Halsey, I would have taken P3, and I got P3, so I'm happy with that.
So of course Halsey closing into you a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Do you now think that he is your main championship rival? Just
Since Ulfdog didn't do that well this race, it's probably might just be if Callum can get another win and me and Halsey have another bad performance, it's going to be between me, Callum 11, and Halsey for that title, I think.
I think we just did some kind of calculations with when we did the interview with Halsey, and I think it's pretty much impossible for Callum 11 to win the championship.
Well, he's ahead of
To
Ulfdog
catch,
now in
Lion.
the standings.
Yeah, but even to catch
So
Lion.
I think it will be me and Halsey for this title fight then, because I don't think Ulfdog after finishing that low can catch us. I don't think.
Ulfie has a bit. Ulfdog has a bit of an up and down season, but let's not talk
Yeah.
about him either way.
Yeah.
What for my last question? Of course, we asked you. I believe it was last week. If you had any tier 1 motivation? You told us straight no because you wanted to win a tier 2 championship. How are you feeling now?
If I win this, I wouldn't mind going tier 1, but I'll take P2 either. My main goal before the season started for this season was top 4 in the championship.
Well, maybe you have to
That was
readjust your
the
goals a little bit because now you're
Yeah.
in a prime position to win it.
Yeah, and I got that 5th podium I was aiming for as well.
Either way,
yeah.
Either way, you're my driver of the day, and that is the questions I got.
Okay.
Do you have anything for him, Gilfos?
I do not. I'm currently doing maths to try and work out if Callum can even remotely.
I think if he wins every single race and me and Halsey don't crash, then I think he does. Or if me and Halsey all crash.
He can
each
only
race.
tie Lion.
Oh, okay. I've also done the
He
maths
needs-
on what I need to beat Lion. I need 2 podiums and consistent top 5 or above.
Yeah, Callum would need to win all 4 races,
And the sprint race.
which he did one tonight, plus the sprint race, plus 3 fastest laps.
Yeah.
That is
To
the
tie
If he,
Lion.
That
if he
is
gets that
the
4th fastest
impossible
lap
task.
though, if he gets that 4th fastest lap, he jumps in by 1 point.
Well, there's only 3 fastest lap points left.
Oh yeah. Wait, what? Really? No.
Oh no, wait,
Brazil,
no. There's 5
Zandvoort,
races. Oh
Canada,
no, there's 4
Jeddah.
more races to go.
Yeah.
Oh wait, okay.
Have you done a
He only needs to win 3 of the next 4.
Oh, so then he's jumped Lion. Gale Force, why have you done this to me? You put more pressure on me, you arsehole.
I mean, now every team principal will see how good you will be dealing with the pressure of going for a championship and possibly win it. If you do, then there's no reason for you to stay in Tier 2 anymore.
Yeah. The reason I wanted to stay in Tier 2 was for a title or a race win, and I might have that both seasons. I've got a race win, just the title left now.
Either way, that is it for me, Nightal. Congratulations with your
Yeah,
P3.
thank you.
And I'll see you next time.
Yeah, okay, love you, bye.
Love you too.
Yay.
He said it first, guys. He said it first. Well, I invited Callum 11 and he just joined in. Callum 11, please include your audio.
I have.
Hello.
Alright, question 1. How ecstatic are you to have your first NXR win in your whole
Well-
entire career here in this league?
I was a bit more excited last week, or the week before, because I actually thought I'd won. But this week I was quite chilled and just quite relaxed about it. But yeah, happy's the
And just
feeling
to,
right now.
Just to ask you, you don't think any incidents will take this win away from you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Alright, so assuming this win will
but that was
stay,
just
and
like-
I think it will be so too. I think it will be. How does it feel finally to have those 25 points on the board?
Feels good. Feels good, and I can now say I'm an NXR race winner, so that's good. And yeah, got one over Luke, so that's good.
Do you see him as your
I can't
rival for this season? Luke
Yeah.
Watkins?
Yeah, definitely. I'm not going to win the championship. I don't think I can possibly do it anyway.
Well,
You can do it, but then you need to win all
I need them
races,
to like
the
DNF
sprint
like, every
races,
race.
No, no.
Yeah,
and
that's
It's-
three
no, no.
fastest laps.
so my maths was wrong. I thought there were only 4 races left.
Oh,
Basically, from now to the end, you just need 3 wins
3
and
points in the
either
sprint
2 fastest laps or like 2 points in the sprint, and you'll
without
jump
them
Lion.
getting any points. Yeah, that's
Well,
what
this is
happened.
just to Lion, and then it depends on what everyone else does around you.
Yeah. That was good.
It's
I said this to like in our team chat before, but the whole point of this race is just like the whole, what you have to do is just not get those 3-second time penalties, because they make the difference at the end. And I knew there'd be a safety car near the end, so I was being really cautious, and I was losing quite a bit of time dropping out of the DRS train. But just staying in DRS was and not getting the time penalties was key. That's what won me the race, 100%. Tried to do it on track, but the Halsey was using all that ERS at the end, so I just let him. To be fair,
I mean, it was a pretty hectic race with, I believe, 5 or 6 safety cars during the entire race. I mean, were you even worried that someone will gain a massive advantage in the safety car and probably mess up your result?
so I didn't hear that.
Oh. Well,
Just
with
kill
all,
my
those
phone.
with all those safety cars, may you worry that someone will gain a massive advantage on you and will mess
Oh.
up your result?
Yeah, 100%. I thought Night Owl, if he pitted, that was his race to lose. 100%. That he had a good pace as well, like tonight. So he was the one that was like, I'd say like in contention for the win, but of course like he had to pit the next safety car, which kind of did him over a little bit. But yeah, still. Good battle between him and Halsey as well. I was wondering how that was. I was sitting there, just watching that like Ricardo was when Max and Lewis were going out here on Abu Dhabi at the last lap. Yeah, that was a good race. Happy to take the win. That's the main thing, and then extend that gap from the midfield.
Alright, my last question for you, and that is for next season. What will your goals be next season? Do you think now you have consistent and quite a few podiums in this season, having a race win? Do you think you will be able to go for a Tier 2 championship next season?
I think it depends who I'm up against, because obviously when people move up, people move down, and then there'll be other people that join the league, and especially if we're expanding to a third tier, it means the pace levels might be a little bit higher in Tier 2 than they are currently, or lower, vice versa. But yeah, I think next season, if I just keep going strong this season, then I'll see by next season. But is the next one on the next game, or is it on this game, or what?
No,
I
next
believe-
season we can pretty much say it will be on this game.
Alright, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I believe with the timing of end of season, we obviously don't know when the launch of the next game is, but it'll probably be a fairly not a short season, but
I think it will
a
be in
shorter
June.
calendar
I
in
think
real
it
life.
will. I think it will be in June or July when the next game releases, or maybe August even.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know about championship for next season, but if I just, like Gale Force, you always say, I always lose results by my own mistake or through someone else's. Heard that line a few times tonight as well. I think if I just cut that out of my driving and then just keep doing what I did tonight, as in like not getting the time penalties, etc. I'll do well next season. Hopefully, maybe go for a championship. I've just waffled for about like 2 minutes. I could have just said yes.
honestly,
To be honest, you're the shortest interviewer at the moment.
also honestly, from my perspective, having commentated last season and this, seeing like you last season with the pace that you had, but like not being able to seemingly get the job done, to now where you have technically won the last 2 races back to back, obviously penalties and whatnot,
etc.
but you have on track. Well, not on track.
Oh yeah, no.
You have, in a sense, won both races.
Yeah.
So, like, seeing that coming through and seeing the consistency come in and avoiding the penalties, it's good to see. It's like really nice to see, like, especially in Tier 2, the drivers who are developing and making those gains.
Yeah, cheers, thanks, mate. That's class. I'm really happy with the win, which is great, and then just try and build on it. Get a third one next week. Well, not third, because it's obviously last week didn't win.
We
But-
get
We'll
what
call
you,
it 3.
We get what you mean.
We'll call
we get
it.
what
We'll
you
call
mean.
it.
2.5.
2.5. Yeah, that's what it is. Go for the
Yeah.
2.5. Well, I don't know how to say that, but yeah. Cheers.
Yeah. Great job tonight, man.
Cheers, thank
Look
you.
forward to seeing more of it as we keep going.
Cheers, lads. I'll
a
see you
good
next
one.
week, hopefully.
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 Well, an exciting night, a messy night,
Controversial
but a
night.
good night for Tier 2.
But one thing
Well,
it
maybe
is,
not a good night for Tier 2.
a
good night for the championship.
Yeah, we are basically the 2 title contenders. Maybe 3 if you can't count 11 with it, but that is very near to impossible. Is on the podium, and then Callum 28, a driver who is be considered lower midfield, P4.
Honestly, like, I think it's fair to give him a shout out before this race is over, because that is, I think, possibly Callum's best finish in NXR.
I think
again,
he
just
got
like-
the P4 earlier in Imola. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, he might have actually. I'm
But
thinking
either
before
way, it's
this
still
season.
his best finished position.
Oh no, P5.
Oh, this is his best finishing position in his whole career. I mean, I know Callum 28.
So-
I think you know as well. He turned off traction control this season.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing him grow, of course, he didn't quite miss a lot of apexes still, but managing to control his traction and not spin out on his own makes me a real proud Red Bull driver to see a fellow Red Bull colleague like 38. I am not saying it because he's my team principal. to perform so well this season, I mean, it makes my heart proud.
Yeah, like Callum's also one of those guys. Obviously, he's owner of the league, but like he's one of those guys. He was obviously one of the original commentators we had here. He's someone who's been like so part of the community this whole time, setting up like the invitational events, and so seeing him be able to get these sort of results is always nice to see. Like he's just a good guy, and it's nice to see a good guy get good results.
Definitely, and I think maybe for next season he can battle way more in the midfield.
I think it's very concerning thinking about what will happen in the draft. Are we having a draft? I think we're having a draft. It worked great this season. I don't know why we wouldn't.
I think it's pretty much confirmed that we will have a draft since last season was so successful. The grid in both tiers got even out a lot. I think the only one big mistake it was Lion having in tier 2. But we couldn't have known that he became so good because he was a season away from NXR. But
yeah, but I look forward to it because, especially now with an extra season of essentially data
yeah.
in the books, there is probably a good chunk of both tier 1 and tier 2 that are very close right now, and any of them could go either way.
I think I can say pretty much Halsey and Nightal are probably guaranteed to make a promotion.
Yeah, I mean, Halsey's been in the championship fight now 2 seasons in a row. That guy deserves the promotion. Like, it's hard to argue.
That guy deserves to be considered for promotion indeed, and Nightal probably the title favorite for this season if he can overtake Lion in the standings, which I do believe he can.
I look forward to seeing the end of this though, because with Lion gone, the wins are wide open. I mean, we saw tonight Night Owl could have won this, had the chance to win this race. Halsey had a chance to win this race. Luke Watkins, Honest Raccoon, Ryan R even had a shot at the win here. Sadic Hurdle was up there at points. Like, there is such a tightly packed group in what I would call the top 10 drivers in this tier, that we don't know what's going to happen each week now. It is up in the air in a way that we haven't seen in a long while.
I do current that to predict. Like, of course, my first ever race I commentated with you last season in Abu Dhabi. That was almost a fairy tale race from Squiffs, who missed out on the championship because he didn't have more wins than Icelandic Rob. And I dare to predict that we will have such a fairy tale ending of the season again in Canada.
It's going to be a hell of a race. We're going to see people pushing to the limits around there, because that is a track where you cannot, if you play it cautious, you will throw away a win if you are too cautious there.
But if you are too aggressive, then you will probably crash into the wall of champions in the champions race.
Yeah, but for now, we don't know what's coming. But what we do know is that we'll be back on Sunday for Tier 1 from Brazil.
Yes, and it will be the second sprint race this season.
And then after that, obviously Monday, me and Milkman will be back commentating for the Tier 2 race. Obviously sprint race again at Brazil. But until then, it will be goodbye for me.
And it will be goodbye for me because we talked for way too long.
Yep.